Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a toddler killed in what police say is a homicide on the Mid-Coast is prompting new calls for change across the state of Maine. Police say the 3-year-old girl died on Christmas Day, and while the investigation is ongoing, some lawmakers are already pushing for better protections for vulnerable kids. Dan Lamparello breaks down the proposals and the latest on this case.
This quiet complex in the town of Edgecombe is still trying to comprehend the unthinkable.
It's been kind of hard to get to sleep since all this has happened.
George Moody lives just a few doors down from where state police say 3-year-old McKinsley Handrahan was killed on Christmas Day. And like so many, he just wants answers.
I hope they figure out what happened to that youngster, because nobody, young or old, deserves to end like that, and so quick and unexpected.
State police are not releasing how Handrahan died, only saying it was by homicide. They're also not saying who was at home at the time of her death.
It just shouldn't have happened, period.
We need to really put our whole effort into combating this issue. It's not something that should be tolerated or accepted.
State Senator Joe Baldacci has been following the staggering amount of child deaths seen in Maine over the past few years. And while a lot remains unknown about this latest killing, he's pushing for more protections.
It's very tragic. These children are defenseless, and the bureaucracy needs to respond in a humane, compassionate, an effective way.
Maine DHHS wouldn't comment on if Handrahan's family had interactions with Child Protective Services, but the system has been under scrutiny in recent years after multiple cases of children dying from abuse and neglect.
The caseworkers are very overworked. They are doing the best job they can do, but I think there needs to be independent oversight to see what we can do better and to see what obvious glitches happen in the system.
Do you hope that this next legislative session, some progress can be made?
I'm very hopeful.
Baldacci's proposal would create an independent inspector general's office to investigate child welfare complaints and cases, a step he believes would add better protections and hopefully prevent another child from losing their life.
These are defenseless children who need our help, and I think we can do a better job.
The legislation Senator Baldacci is proposing is expected to be taken up by the legislature next year. However, he doesn't expect it to get a public hearing until possibly March or April. As for the investigation into this young girl's murder, state police say they are still investigating, and so far, there's been no arrests.
Well, a man known to police for allegedly having incited multiple police standoffs is now facing criminal charges again, this time in connection with a standoff in Eddington tonight. The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office says they attempted to serve a domestic violence protection order in the town of Eddington on 47-year-old Thaddeus Wind, who they say had previously created police standoffs in both the summer of 2021 and 2022. At the time of the incident tonight, Wind was on probation for firearms and domestic violence-related charges. The sheriff's office says after creating a standoff that lasted 4 hours, Wind was taken into police custody by their special response team. He was transported to the hospital for evaluation and is facing criminal charges for violation of a protection order and violation of probation. The incident remains under investigation, and police say no other details will be released at this time. Well, a residential home in Hancock County is making plans to reopen after closing more than a year ago. The problem now, a nursing shortage. Our Devin Dagnall met with them to discuss how they are trying to move forward.
Back in October of 2021, Island Nursing Home of Deer Isle closed its doors and relocated more than 50 residents because the home couldn't find enough qualified nurses during the pandemic. Now, they are trying to reopen in the summer of 2023 and are still facing the same problem.
We know that in Ellsworth, in one of the facilities there is a waiting list of 80 people to get a residential care. Wow. That's the type of, we're really in a crisis situation in Maine regarding health care.
Skip Greenlaw is the treasurer of Island Nursing Home, and he says that due to the nursing crisis, the home had to make some changes to their model before they could even think about opening their doors. Some of those changes included reducing the number of residents in the home and switching it from a nursing care facility to a residential care one.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a painful decision you have to make, and the community on the island anyway was very much opposed to us selling the bed rights because they know that there was a need for skilled nursing care.
Despite the challenges, the home's board of directors is still optimistic that they will be able to welcome residents by July 2023.
I hope that we'll send the application in on January 6th, and we expect to hear back quite quickly. They will give us some deadlines in terms of hiring administrators, hiring staff. Our goal is to open July 1st. If things come together, it may be that we can open sooner.
In Deer Isle, I'm Devin Dagnall for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, the town of Newburgh is moving forward with plans to build a new fire station. Newburgh town manager Cynthia Grant says the town will receive $1 million through the recently passed omnibus spending bill. She says the new fire station is something that has been needed in the town for many years.
The town of Newburgh has been in need of a new fire station for quite a while. Our current fire station is in a very bad disrepair, has black mold in it. We had an engineering survey done a few years ago that didn't fare well at all.
Well, Grant is hoping the construction of the new facility will be complete around July or August of 2023. For anyone that has traveled to Castine in the summer, a stop at the Snack Shack on the town dock is a welcome ritual. Now the town of Castine is looking for someone to take over the captain's catch. Town officials are looking for a new vendor to take over operations of that beloved lunch spot. The town has put out to bid for the 2023 season. Officials say the lunch spot is not a revenue generator for the town, and it would cost the vendor about $4,000 a season to use the space on the dock.
We are simply looking for a quality vendor that could move into that facility and provide excellent service to both the residents of Castine and all guests and visitors that come and visit our town.
Well, the request for proposals will be taken between now and February 14th. You can contact the town hall in Castine for more information. And some potentially disappointing news for Belfast area residents. The New Year's by the Bay celebration has been canceled. Organizer Mary Mortier says that after a couple years off due to COVID, she just doesn't have the will to keep the event going.
I've been doing this a long time, and I kind of lost some of my mojo. I devoted a lot of time and hours over many years, all volunteer hours. And, when you lose that momentum for 2 years, you start to think about it in different ways.
He is hoping that a new person or group will take over the event for the future. All is not lost, though. The Drum and Rabble Corps March is still planned for New Year's Eve. You can meet at the traffic light at Main and High Street at 11:30 with your pots, pans, or whatever you want to use to make some noise, within reason, that is, at 11:50, and then march to the Harbor Pier for a bonfire. Well, colder temperatures mean Mainers want to get out and enjoy the frozen ponds and lakes in the state of Maine, but officials want to remind folks to stay safe. Our David Ledford has the story.
Winter weather in Maine means it's time for ice fishing, or maybe some pond hockey or ice skating. But the Maine Warden Service says it's important to stay safe on the ice. According to Game Warden Joseph Bailey, you should check the depth of the ice with a chisel or a drill before you walk on it.
Everybody needs to be aware that ice from one body of water that might be 10 inches on another body of water might be 1 or 2. We encourage everybody to check the ice before they venture out.
Herman Pond may be frozen solid, but thin sections of ice can still pose a threat. Bailey says that those heading out to enjoy winter activities on the ice should tell someone where they're going and when they will return, and to keep a communication device on them at all times. Bailey also recommends that people carry ice safety picks with them when they go out, which help a person to get a grip on the ice if they fall through. Some Mainers out enjoying the frozen waters also emphasize the importance of ice safety.
Definitely carry these things. They're spikes, so if you fall in, you can deploy them like that and drag yourself out. You should really be out here with a second person or even a third person.
Bailey says that if you end up falling through the ice, you should crawl away from the hole in the direction you came from, on the ice that has already been walked on. The website for the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife says that ice should be clear or blue and between 4 and 6 inches thick for recreational activities on foot, but that people should use their best judgment around ice. David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Certainly some important safety reminders there. And as far as the temperatures we can expect, at least in the coming hours, let's hit pause here and take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Happy Thursday. Your first weather is brought to you by Sleeba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest for over 70 years. And let's talk temperatures. This is not normal. The average high is 29. We had 40 in Bangor today, 31 in Millinocket, so comfortable, but even warmer temperatures are on the way. There was some snow today north and west of the Bangor area, an inch or two up this way, but most of us stayed dry and cloudy throughout the day today, and there's more where that came from. So more clouds are on the way, and then our next system gets in here on Sunday, which is also New Year's Day, with some rain showers then. Our forecast then tonight, though, is cloudy skies, or mostly cloudy skies, with low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Alrighty, Jeff, thank you so much. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we've got the lowdown on what to do in Bangor on New Year's Eve and how one local towing company is helping to make sure partygoers don't drive drunk. That story and more local news when we return.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
At Chevy, the holidays mean going places and doing things you love to do with friends and family. Visit your local Chevy dealer, and when you find your red tag, you find your deal. Then make the most of your time with the people who matter most. Find new moments, find new roads. Current qualified lessees can get this Equinox for $269 a month, or use red tag bonus cash to get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models.
Don't cry, don't whine. Get yours where I got mine. At BB's Tattoo Company, 262 Moosehead Trail, Newport.
John Cena returns and joins Kevin Owens against Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Hello, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Coming up on the next Good Morning Maine, we'll have the latest on the effort to save a badly needed nursing home in Deer Isle. Residents are doing what they can to have it reopened. We'll also continue our look at the big stories of 2022 and your community calendar for the upcoming New Year's Eve weekend.
In our next installment of our Year in Review, our Matthew Duranczyk takes a look at the biggest stories from July and August of this year.
July 4th. Mainers celebrated for the first time in a long time in person since COVID-19, making this an extra special celebration.
One of the biggest impacts was the impact on a sense of community. I think we're coming back as a nation, and what a better place to do that than here in Bar Harbor.
A week later, the town of Orrington was devastated after a wildfire erupted along the riverbank at 62 Ferry Road.
crews were able to knock it down, protect all the structures, but to actually get it extinguished, obviously you see we're still here 2 hours later.
We also saw PFAS hit Deer Isle Stonington schools, resulting in swift action taking place in the entire region.
At the Brooklyn school, we have in process, we're ordering a filter that we're going to install that will completely remediate the problem.
On July 13th, the lobster industry was shocked about the news that the federal government was limiting the industry even more, and voices were heard all up and down along the coast.
It makes zero sense to me, to my colleagues.
Also, officials in Maine made it easier to vote absentee at Bangor's BMV Center.
It brings efficiency and simplicity for the voter registration process, and it also helps with for the election officials.
As we head into August, members of Maine in Congress asked President Biden on August 1st to extend a moratorium on student loan payments.
For a lot of us, we think there should be more reform with the student loan program, but at this moment in time, we just don't want people to be forced back in on August 31st. The timing just does not seem right.
3 days later, Bangor held its annual state fair, which is always a summer destination. And who could have forgot the state of Maine celebrating its first ever Wild Blueberry Festival weekend declared by Governor Mills. Gas prices were also on everybody's minds, affecting vacation travel decisions, not to mention daily travel.
We've wanted to go, further away and do more stuff, but we kind of been picking and choosing one or two instead of maybe more traveling than we would have liked to do.
And for the first time, bird scooters came to Old Town.
People an opportunity to perhaps visit Old Town and try out the scooters because we were the first community to do so. It makes it a little easier for people to get in and around town.
And to wrap up the month of August, hundreds came out for the Walk to Support ALS campaign with special guest Governor Janet Mills.
Inspiration to all of us. There's been a lot of outreach with ALS, and they're trying to change that with the legislature and make ALS a known disease.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Well, 2023 is just around the corner, and the city of Bangor is hosting a number of events on New Year's Eve in the hopes that folks will choose the city as their destination to ring in the new year. We go back to Matthew Juronsik now for more on that story.
Making plans for New Year's Eve can sometimes be a hassle, but for the city of Bangor, it's set up this year so that everybody can have a blast. After a few years where celebrations in the city were not as big as anticipated, Downtown Bangor Partnerships Executive Director Betsy Lundy is ready to start the new year with a bang.
We're really excited for New Year's Eve this year after a couple quiet years downtown where people weren't sure in what way to celebrate or how to celebrate. I think the community is really excited to be getting back together again and having a big celebration.
The city and businesses are holding a variety of events that the community can attend, including the finale 5K race at the West Market Square, live music and drinks at Happy Endings Martini Bar, and even a live DJ at Carolina Sports and Spirits. You can even get in the spirit at Bangor Public Library.
We're going to have a dance workshop sponsored by the Thomas School of Dance. The Challenger Center is going to have a hands-on activity. The Jordan Planetarium, Sean Latch is coming over to do a hands-on activity, and the Children's Youth Department has all kinds of activities planned that will be stretched across the third floor.
If you're in more of an adventurous mood, the Maine Discovery Museum will be hosting a New Year's Eve party for the kids.
It's been a really long 2 years, 3 years for all of us, so to be back into the swing of celebrating New Year's, especially with a kid-friendly event, is really important to us.
People are just excited to be out celebrating the New Year's together in person.
Just to be able to go out and see people again and, enjoy the moment while we have it.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
And if you are out and about on New Year's Eve, for those who find themselves unable to drive following your celebration and you want your car towed to your house, Union Street Towing says they have your back. The company has been providing this service free of charge for more than a decade for the Bangor and Brewer area. Union Street Towing co-owner Sarah Baker says it's okay for people to go enjoy themselves on New Year's Eve, but remember to either drive back safely or give them a call if you need to.
We just like to make sure that everybody has a fun and safe time and gets home safely on New Year's Eve.
Anyone who needs their car towed back to their property should call Union Street Towing at 207-942-4200 and expect a wait time of anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. Alrighty, well, still to come on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22. Around the country, there is a critical shortage of 911 dispatchers, with forcing some emergency calls to go unanswered. And the nightmares continue for Southwest travelers across the country who have been left stranded by the airline's chaos following the weekend storm. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Interest rates are on the rise and making waves in the real estate market. Buying or selling? You need a navigator. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Hammond Lumber Company appreciates the communities that have supported Hammond's prosperity and growth over the years. The Hammond team is grateful for the opportunity to give back by supporting local causes that sustain strong, vibrant communities throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond recognizes that they could not do this without your support. Thank you for choosing Hammond as your building project partner. Hammond Lumber Company, proud to serve local communities since 1953.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Come try one of our daily specials at Pat's Pizza in Hamden.
Tuesday, spaghetti or ziti with meatballs or sausage, only $5.50.
Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, only $8.50.
Thursday, get an oven-baked wrap for only $6.
Friday is fish and fries for only $8.
And Saturday, get a small one-item pizza with a fountain soda, only $8.
Bring the family to Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road, North Hamden.
Saturday on Fox. It's a huge doubleheader.
Here we go. Not better than this.
First, Adama Sanogo and second-ranked UConn.
The flush by Sanogo.
Battle Xavier.
How big time is he?
Then, as Ulyss Tubelis leads fifth-ranked Arizona.
Bring the hammer, big fella.
Against Arizona State.
Woo! Big boy basketball.
It all tips off Saturday at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific on Fox.
Homes are selling in a single day. The real work happens well before. I'm Holly Taylor, and I have the expertise to guide you through your home improvements. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy's path to becoming Speaker of the House this upcoming Congress is on thin ice. Fox's Chad Pergram is tracking the latest developments from Capitol Hill.
Republicans pledge big things when they seize the House.
There's been no oversight of this administration for the past 2 years.
Dr. Fauci is about to retire, but that doesn't mean that we aren't finished asking him a lot of questions.
However, the House is paralyzed until it picks a Speaker. The House can't swear in members, can't pass bills, can't launch investigations, all promised by Kevin McCarthy.
We got important investigative work, so we hope he gets the votes and he'll be elected Speaker on the first ballot. That's what we're working for.
The White House just told GOP investigators it must resubmit requests for information on a host of probes once Republicans take control. That, coupled with murkiness about who may be Speaker, could delay GOP investigations until February or later. Arizona's Andy Biggs vows to challenge McCarthy for Speaker. Biggs says he'd never vote for McCarthy.
He's got a body of work. You go back to 17 and 18, but the floor leader, Mr. McCarthy, cut those deals with the Democrats.
McCarthy's attempted to woo a group of 5 GOP opponents to support him for weeks. McCarthy promised more control of the floor schedule, time to read bills, but McCarthy won't budge on a demand to allow them to vote him out if they don't like the job he's doing.
He recognizes that he doesn't have the 218. He's not getting the movement that he needs.
The more times Republicans spend on infighting means less time combating Democrats.
it certainly lessens the Republicans' stranglehold on that power when they can't figure out who's going to be leading them into battle.
So far, Republican leaders are mum about the lies of Representative-elect George Santos. It's all about the math. Because of the narrow majority, McCarthy can't afford to alienate Santos or fellow Republicans who support him. Fox has told Republican leaders are unwilling to address the Santos issue because they don't know who will be in charge. On Capitol Hill, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
Well, city leaders across the country are grappling with a shortage of 911 emergency dispatchers, with some calls going unanswered. In certain areas, government officials are increasing salaries in the hope of luring more people to help them. Fox's Lauren Blanchard reports from Washington.
240 million calls are made to 911 each year, according to the National Emergency Number Association. But keeping those phone lines staffed has been a growing and dangerous problem. In Kansas City, Missouri, the 911 center is short-staffed by almost a third. In some cases, people calling for help are left listening to a voicemail and delayed police response times. Kansas City's mayor is now hoping to offer a $5,000 signing bonus, plus better and more flexible hours in hopes of attracting call center employees.
And the concern isn't just from calls that are coming in now, but deterring people from calling 911 when they have an emergency. It's something that we do not want to do, and it's why we think that dire measures are needed to address this very important issue.
Kansas City's problem is not an isolated one. It's estimated there is a 30% shortage of 911 dispatchers across the country. A spokesperson for the National Emergency Number Association blames it on stress, low pay, poor benefits, and burnout. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average pay for a 911 dispatcher is about $47,000 a year. A former Chicago dispatcher says he stepped down because of crime and policing policies in his city.
I could not hear more screaming voices in my ear and telling individuals that police were coming when I knew that they were not coming.
Kansas City's mayor said they're also looking to poach dispatchers from other areas because there simply are not enough qualified applicants. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Well, officials in Ukraine are starting to get a better sense of the damage caused by a massive Russian bombardment on Thursday. Fox's Nate Foy reports from Kyiv.
In Russia's 8th mass missile strike on Ukraine since October, Ukraine says 69 cruise missiles and 11 Iranian-made Shahed drones targeted various regions in the country on Thursday. Ukraine says every single drone and 54 missiles were shot down. But still, critical infrastructure is damaged in multiple regions and 2 people killed in Kharkiv.
I'm scared to see all this. How many mothers are crying, how much it all is.
I have no words for how to call it. This is not war, it's a crime against humanity.
The airstrike, the largest in almost 2 weeks. Millions are without power as Russia attempts to leave Ukrainians in the cold and dark this new year, hitting more civilian targets, something Ukraine's Western allies say is a war crime.
The targeting of civilian national infrastructure and indeed civilian areas is against the Geneva Conventions. Russia is breaking international law.
To Ukraine's north, Belarus officials say a Ukrainian air defense missile landed inside its border. There are no casualties, but there are concerns it could bring Belarus deeper into the war, as the Russian ally is increasingly used to stage Russian troops.
The enemy continues to build up its capacities by training soldiers at the Belarusian training grounds, where there are currently 11,000 soldiers.
Thursday's attack comes after Russia turned down Ukraine's peace plan, refusing to give up 4 regions it claims to have annexed. Reporting in Kyiv, Ukraine, I'm Nate Foy, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we will have sports, of course, with Tyler Cruz, as well as a look at your full 5-day forecast. Keep it right here.
I want you to know that we will get your baby back.
Alert. Missing Persons Unit premieres January 8th on Fox.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Welcome to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop in Brewer. And some call me the King. There are RC trucks, cars, crawlers, and parts aplenty. There are planes, metal detectors, and gear galore. I have decreed that all people can book birthday parties with their RC vehicles provided for all. We have indoor and outdoor tracks and crawling courses available. Bring yourself, your family, and friends to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop, South Main Street, Brewer.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
I can name that tune
in one note.
Name that song, girl!
The celebrity musical guessing game is back.
Celebrities, music, and lots of money for charity.
Big names.
I'm terrified.
Big fun.
Yes!
And big cash. And Wednesday, January 11th, one of these celebrities will win it all.
Name that tune.
Yes! Celebrity Name That Tune. Season premiere Wednesday, January 11th on Fox.
Southwest Airlines is setting a new timeline for the end to its massive flight disruptions. This comes after the carrier canceled 2/3 of its services on Thursday. Fox's Mike Tobin has more.
Relief may be here for Southwest passengers. After canceling thousands of flights over the last week, the airline expects to return to normal operations on Friday. For now, unclaimed luggage has piled up at airports across the country as the carrier faced another day of disruptions. Exhausted travelers scrambled for alternate ways to reach their destination.
I was supposed to fly out on Christmas Eve, December 24th, and Southwest just canceled me with no notice, and now I've been canceled 3 times.
Between hotel rooms and rental cars, costs are mounting for some people. Southwest added a page to its website for passengers to request refunds and rebook flights. They're also offering to reimburse folks for most hotel and food costs, though some people say they're still struggling to get help. Federal officials are vowing to hold the airline accountable.
It shouldn't take an enforcement action from our department in order to get people taken care of or get them their money back. But if that's what it takes, of course, we're ready to do it.
Meanwhile, Southwest has acknowledged that older scheduling software can leave its flight crews out of position during bad weather. Pilots' unions argue the issue was preventable and say they've been left in the dark about the next steps.
No one's reached out to us at all, actually, to find out, to inform us of what's going on. Even the recovery plan we've been left in the dark on.
And with the promise to return normal operations, Southwest executives are promising minimal disruptions. At Chicago's Midway Airport, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
Meanwhile, Buffalo is taking more and more steps to reopen nearly a week after a deadly storm. The city's death toll inching closer to 40 as officials on Thursday announced 2 more deaths. And as recovery efforts continue there, the western part of the country also cleaning up from big storms. Fox Weather's Robert Ray has more from Buffalo.
We're seeing more signs of Buffalo returning to normal following the deadly winter storm. Officials on Thursday lifting the driving ban after nearly a week.
This will allow our residents to get back to work, allow them to get to supermarkets, pharmacies, and to get to medical appointments.
The airport has reopened. Abandoned vehicles that were blocking roads have been towed, clearing the way for traffic. And plows are making progress clearing massive snowbanks.
Power has been restored to all Erie County residents.
Search and rescue teams continue to conduct door-to-door wellness checks.
Unfortunately, there are families in this community who still have not been able to identify where a loved one is. They're missing.
And as recovery efforts continue, we're hearing heroic stories of neighbors helping neighbors in the midst of the blizzard that claimed more than 36 lives in western New York. Craig Elston opened the door to his barbershop to anyone who was stranded, getting roughly 40 people out of the dangerous cold.
When I opened the door, he fell into my arms. It took him about 7-8 hours to get warm.
Meanwhile, folks out west cleaning up after another round of storms that brought snow, high winds, and heavy rain. Snapped trees causing widespread power outages, flooding from the post-holiday storm, leaving some people with nothing.
Everything out here is all damaged. Going to the dumpster. We don't have anything left.
As the city of Buffalo continues to dig out, there are concerns over flash flooding as the snow melts with warmer temperatures. In Buffalo, Robert Ray, Fox Weather.
All right, well, coming up, we have our full 5-day. Stay with us.
High temperatures back up near 40 today. The average high is 29, well above that today and tomorrow and all weekend before some rain gets in here on Sunday. Those details are coming up.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Did you know that Renewal by Andersen will replace your windows any time of the year and in any weather? Made with our exclusive Fibrix material, which is vastly superior to vinyl, never needs painting, and resists warping and bowing. We custom build your replacement windows in the USA and back them with the nation's best warranty. Call Renewal by Andersen for your free consultation. Don't miss this money-saving deal with great financing. Installation is always included. Call now.
I don't care how rich or famous they are, they will play by our rules.
I just want to feel like I'm worth something.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test, January 4th on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Leona Mae's Antique and Gift Shop in Newport. Come check out our 3 floors of antique treasures and gifts in our renovated 1800s home. And all right, so for us, temperatures, we'll take it. Here we are, end of December with high temperatures near 40. We'll do it again tomorrow and also for Saturday into Sunday. And we have a good rain system coming our way for Sunday into Monday. Okay, so here's where the cold stuff is, right? It's way up here. Here's the warm stuff down there. We're kind of in this happy spot in the middle with temperatures hanging out in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. We could actually get warmer, though, beginning tomorrow and also Saturday and Sunday, which will keep it all rain around here when rain gets gets in here on Sunday. Okay, the wind today, not so much, right? It's actually gone calm in a couple of places out there now. This could give us some areas of dense fog tonight, so be ready for that if you're driving at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Here's that snow earlier today. That's not pushed off to our north. It got a couple of inches up this direction. Most of us, though, stay dry with a couple of flurries and cloud cover. We're in a break now through tonight, through tomorrow, through Saturday, before our next system is just now getting going. It'll combine that energy with some energy down here. That will bring us some rain showers again. Rain's on the way again, and it could be a good soaking rainfall for New Year's Day into early parts of Monday morning. And there's lots of energy out here, by the way. A very active storm track across the west doing something like this, and that's going to push all this energy our way in several waves. Beginning our next one gets in here late Saturday into Sunday, and then again probably Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Let's walk you through this. Lots of clouds out there now tonight and tomorrow. Here's tomorrow morning. No worries at all. Tomorrow evening, same story. We're going to keep the clouds around tomorrow. There may be a sprinkle or two later on Friday night. Most likely not, though. We're going to wait for the rain to get in here later on Saturday into Sunday. Keeping things a nice weekend on Friday, Saturday. But Sunday morning, the rain showers arrive, and likely having some heavy rain showers getting in here throughout the day on Sunday. Okay, so the rainfall looks like this. We're talking a widespread soaking rainfall again, maybe up to an inch of rain late Saturday night, Sunday into early parts of Monday morning. And there's not going to be much snow again. We're talking no snow for us anytime soon as we welcome in January without some snow in the forecast. Okay, visibility, we're looking at pretty good out there now. Again, there could be some areas of dense fog tonight, though, which will drop visibility this evening into early parts of tomorrow morning. Our forecast ends tonight, though, is lots of clouds out there. The flurries have ended. Low temperatures down near 27, and a calm wind already out there now with some dense fog late for tomorrow. Lots of clouds around. High temperatures back in the low 40s tomorrow. Again, not normal. Average high being 29 with a south breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows lots of clouds tomorrow, lots of clouds on Saturday. There's that really good chance for rain now on Sunday into early parts of Monday morning with temperatures holding in the 40s into the middle portions of next week. Beth?
Definitely some mild temperatures for this time of year already. We'll stay with us, folks. Sports is coming up next. You don't want to miss it.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Waiting. Sometimes it's just inevitable. But if you're over 50 or live with a chronic condition, untreated COVID could be deadly. Got COVID symptoms? Get tested and get treated right away. It can't wait.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Welcome to your Family Fun Entertainment Center, Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy. Movie Rocket has newly renovated cinemas, and the Starcade features all the best video and arcade games around. Movie Rocket, 268 Podland Road in Bangor, and at movierocketbangor.com.
I did what I did because I had to.
I'm gonna make this right. You have my word.
This is a nightmare.
How am I the bad guy?
He's dangerous. You can tell me the truth. Don't you want it to stop?
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Happy Thursday. Let's start on the hardwood here. Half the fun of high school basketball is playing in front of your home fans and the student sections. Over in Sumner, they still have those crowds, but they're hopping on the bus for every single game, yet still powering through. Ryan Sudol has the story.
What if I were to tell you that the Sumner basketball program has a lot in common with one of the greatest basketball teams of all time? The Harlem Globetrotters have played 95 years without a true home, and that's the case for the Tigers, at least for this year.
It's a little sad, but it is what it is.
After moving into a new gym and school, issues with the building's sprinkler system have forced the Tigers to play every game outside of Sumner.
It's definitely been an added challenge for us, having 18 road games, but it just kind of builds into our whole philosophy is how you deal with adversity.
Sumner's only home games are 3 at Ellsworth High School. It's close to home, but nowhere near it.
I wish I got to play in it again this year. I was kind of hoping we'd stay in the old school.
Despite the obvious challenges, the team believes that not having a home will help them down the road.
I think it's going to help prepare us for hopefully a tournament run down the stretch. We're not used to playing at home, so it shouldn't bother us to go on the road anywhere.
I guess you can say we're kind of road warriors. We're not bothered by it. We're obviously taking W's.
And Sumner boys would take this W against Jonesport Beals. The girls got their first win of the year, too. Boys coach Dylan Harmon believes this is indicative of a huge turnaround.
We made quite a lot of progress along the way. We didn't win a ball game my first year, 5-13 last year. We're 3-1 right now, so I like the way we're headed.
But no matter where Sumner ends up, members of the Tiger faithful will always show up.
It's a proud community when it comes to athletics and sports, and they've wanted to see this program back contending for a long time. If we build it, they're going to come, and I know they want to see it just about as we all do.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Road Warriors is a great way to put it. They said bye to Clint Ritchie Gymnasium last year, and now this year, like we said, Road Warriors. Let's stay with some hoops now. We'll start at the college level here. Maine women's basketball back in action after a whole week off, and they're getting conference play started. So down to Smithfield, Rhode Island we go. Maine playing America East newcomer Bryant University. Second quarter here, J.C. Christopher gets the ball. She gets by her defender and gets to the hoop. Count the bucket and one. They're all pumped. Later on, it's the other freshman from Maine getting in on the action for Maine. Sarah Talon is going to go baseline, get by, and get to the bucket. It was a big second quarter for the Black Bears. Here's Adriana Smith in the post for 2 of her 19 points and 1 of her 13 boards on the day. Maine would go up 16 at the half, but Bryant would get back. Fourth quarter now. This 3-ball is going to make it a 10-point lead for Maine, but the Black Bears would hold on. Here is Talon again, getting to the hoop for 2 more. She had a game-high 21 points. Maine wins it 74-62. All right, to the Cross Center we go for some high school boys action. John Bapst hosting Waterville. We'll pick this up late in the third quarter. Waterville with the ball. Not anymore. Tristan Martin with the steal. He's going to go coast to coast and finish the lay-in. We're going to stay in the third quarter here with Waterville now. Watch this behind the back, no-look pass from Spencer Minahan to Garrett Gendro, who nails the 3. That was a pretty look right there. Panthers up 4 after 3. Fourth quarter, Baps, John Pangburn with the blow-by and the pull-up J. That is good, but finally, Waterville would pull ahead. Chase Bryan goes baseline for the nifty reverse. Panthers run away with it in the fourth, and they win 54-37. All right, let's move on now. Ellsworth and Orono had really the game of the night. 2 unbeatens in B North, and what do you know? It's the B North Championship rematch. Packed house in Down East for this one. Ellsworth up big second quarter, but Orono steadily climbing back. Ben Francis knocks down the jumper here off the pick and roll. And then on the Eagles, it's Chance Mercier, catch and shoot 3. He had a big night yet again. Second half now, Orono still climbing back. Pierce Walston finds Will Francis. He's giving him the business in the post. Strong 2 right here. And then these two would link up again in the second half. A perfectly placed pass from Walston on the lob to Francis. Riots would bring it within 6 from 19. But Ellsworth was just too much. Mercier hits another 3 here, and they go on to win 60-49. They stay unbeaten. Let's check out some other scores from around the area. A busy night on Thursday. Class B North girls, Old Town wins 68-25 over MCI. And the boys also took a win over MCI at MCI. In Class A boys, Nokomis wins over Messalonsky 61-52. Girls also beat Messalonsky. Class C North, Dexter beats Matanocook 31-28, and then in Class B North, Caribou girls beat Foxcroft 52-37. Caribou boys would win as well. All right, let's move on now. Let's talk some baseball. It's been a rather disappointing offseason if you're a Red Sox fan, right? Bye-bye Xander Bogaerts. The other day, Nate Eovaldi walked. But this week, Chaim Bloom did something. And I don't know, I kind of like it. The Sox signed former Cleveland ace and three-time All-Star and two-time Cy Young winner Corey Kluber to a contract. He won the Cy Young in 2014 and 2017. So he's a few years off from that. He has a one-year deal worth $10 million. With a club option for 2024. So now in your starting rotation, you roll out Chris Sale, Corey Kluber, Byron Bella for your 1, 2, and 3, and that is a much improved starting rotation from a year ago for the Boston Red Sox. I don't know, despite those big losses, they've made some pretty good moves that I'm a little excited about here come 2023. But pitchers and catchers report in a couple of months. We will see then. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Pond Hill Farms in Brooks, Maine offers 100% grass-fed beef in a variety of ways. Choose between individual cuts that are state inspected and ready to pop in your fridge or freezer. If you're looking to stock up, Pond Hill Farms offer the option to purchase hanging weight by quarter, half, or whole. We also offer live cattle if you're looking to grow your own herd. Pond Hill Farms also offer rental cottages with spectacular views of the farm and the Maine outdoors. Whether you're looking for fresh Maine meat or a gorgeous place to vacation, Pond Hill Farms is the place to be. Come try one of our daily specials at Pat's Pizza in Hamden.
Tuesday, spaghetti or ziti with meatballs or sausage, only $5.50.
Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, only $8.50.
Thursday, get an oven-baked wrap for only $6.
Friday is fish and fries for only $8.
And Saturday, get a small one-item pizza with a fountain soda, only $8.
Bring the family to Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road, North Hamden.
You ready? There's no peeking.
It's festive family fun.
Window.
Christmas present.
Christmas gift. Gift is correct.
All wrapped up.
No boots, no boots, no boots, no shoes.
Snowshoes is correct.
There we go.
These are a little like Santa's helper's shoes.
In one picture-perfect show.
Come on, one more, let's go. It's a hat.
Party
it's
hat.
Santa Claus.
Party
Santa
hat.
Claus is correct.
Pictionary.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. It's a wintry mix out there, but pockets of orange are standing out against the white blanket of snow throughout the state. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes just like yours. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Puzzles are easy. Family, that's a real challenge. It happens rarely, but everything clicks into place.
Young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Well, the holidays are bringing movie milestones for blockbusters and more looks at big films also on the way. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has that in today's Hollywood Nation.
Pete Maverick Mitchell.
A milestone for Maverick, a box office billion for Avatar in the Hollywood Nation. Avatar: The Way of Water crossed the $1 billion mark at the global box office within the first 2 weeks of release. James Cameron's epic 3D adventure is one of 3 films to surpass $1 billion this year. The other 2 are Jurassic World Dominion and Top Gun Maverick. Speaking of that Need for Speed success story, Top Gun Maverick took off on streaming. December 22nd through the 25th, the sequel became the #1 most watched movie globally on Paramount Plus its opening weekend. Hello! Elsewhere in holiday streaming, Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery was released on Netflix December 23rd after a limited theatrical run. According to The Hollywood Reporter, it was watched for 82.1 million hours in its first 3 days, making it Netflix's 6th biggest film debut. Glass Onion star Dave Bautista stars in a couple movies next year.
Can I talk to you for a little bit?
Including M. Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin. A final trailer shows a group approaching a family with an unthinkable choice and images of an apocalypse. Shyamalan then shared and compared the final poster to some old film noir and said this thriller is a throwback in many ways. Knock at the Cabin is in theaters February 3rd. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Well, while inflation has universally affected American families, a report cites one group getting hit the hardest. A study by the Congressional Budget Office says middle-income households have lost the most ground during inflation. Purchasing power fell about 3% for middle-income households this year compared to a year ago. Costs for cars and gasoline went up the most. Middle-incomers also faced bigger bills in water, electric, and more grocery trips. The Census Bureau says that median household income in 2021 was about $70,700. Well, electric vehicles may have surpassed a key marker in 2021, with new legislation adding to the future of buying them more easily. A Kelley Blue Book report says electric vehicles accounted for 5.6% of all new vehicles sold last year, with 5% a likely threshold for more public adoption. In 2022, there were 26 EVs on the market. Electric vehicles also became faster charging with longer driving ranges as well. The Inflation Reduction Act also changed eligibility for consumer tax credits. And finally, prices on wine and champagne are getting high ahead of New Year's Eve, and one expert says buy now if you plan on celebrating. Wine Spectator editor Allison Napjus says that for revelers, you might as well buy your wine and champagne now because prices won't get any better. She says suppliers will hold the line on prices to keep consumers, and demand will remain high through the holidays despite inflation. The average price of wine is up 2.7% and up for champagne by about 11%. So if there are no greater deals coming down the pike, well, you may as well save yourself the hassle and the hustle and get it now. Alrighty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us. From everybody here at Fox 22, take care and have a great rest of your night.